Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode I want to share one personal story with you. 5 years ago I was sitting at the office building and waiting for my lunch break, and I was feeling so frustrated and unpleasant and a little bit depressed, and the reason was not a problem on the project. The reason was a huge wave of feeling uncertainty and overwhelming myself. The root cause of that uncertainty was I felt lost about next path and the list of skills to master. Before starting tech lead position, I was absolutely sure about my next steps. They were clear and absolutely predictable, and I was sure that next few years I will need to master PHP, JavaScript, some frameworks and some databases or any other technical parts. But now, after being promoted to the technical lead position, I was not absolutely sure what I need to master, but I was feeling overwhelming with a list of technologies coming to my list. So I decided to get some advice from the person I was thinking is the most experienced person in my company. So yeah, I was so straight, so I messaged my boss and asked him for doing me a favor and getting out for the lunch break in few hours. Later, in 2 hours after this chat, we were eating great steaks and talking about some random topics, and then I switched that topic to my pain and biggest intention of that chat and communication with boss. So I asked him, I know so much interesting, important and valuable skills. For example, project management, leadership, business analysis, business analytics, and a lot of software related and soft skills, tech skills, business related skills. All of them are important. And when you are trying to learn new one, you will definitely find 4 to 5 to 6 different sub-technologies or sub-directions there. So the question to the boss was, where should I start? And his answer was immediate and absolutely unclear for me. He replied like, what is your hobby, Vlad? Tell me about your hobby. I was absolutely surprised. I was fully allocated to the project, working 13 hours a day, and extremely overwhelmed with the huge list of communication messages and requests from the clients, and I had no time for hobby. So his next speech was so helpful and so interesting for myself. So he explained that you have some resource. You have some resource inside of your body dedicated to your emotional abilities and dedicated to energy you have for processing your lifetime requests. And that energy is depleting, and you need to refresh that energy to move on. And when you focused on only one sphere of your life, your other spheres of the life will be suffering from this. So after that communication, I felt a little bit confused and even tried to reject this advice, and I had a huge internal resistance for this advice. But I realized that I need to try, and I started searching for the hobby, and some of those hobbies are extremely stressful, or they are about some risks. Some of those hobbies taking a lot of time. Some of those hobbies were just not available for me. So I started from the easiest one, and that hobby was books. Since that period of time, I've read about 100 of books and did a lot of notes, and I would say that hobby changed my life so significantly because each time I'm reading a book, I'm making notes and trying to use those ideas on my projects. And each time when I'm changing the process of work with team, the process of development, based on those insights, I realized it's like complete change of mind shift and the way it's work. So after that, I started running. Yeah, it's definitely not my best hobby. I mean, I have not so much progress there, but last year, even with my extra weight, I ran a half marathon here, 20,000 kilometers, 20,000 meters, sorry, yeah, 20 kilometers. And it was tough for me, but I did it. And the starting point was like 300 meters or 400 meters, like one circle. And yeah, it was so heavy for me, but now I can run for 1 hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours in a row. And this is helping me to improve the energy. As you can see, currently it's my third hobby. So I started researching a lot of interesting educational resources on English. In English for learning how to record video, how to set light, how to set background light, how to configure microphone to make it working correctly and draw it out of the box with camera. And this is most probably the heaviest and the biggest hobby in my life. But it's interesting because each time I'm doing some small step, I'm feeling myself much better. And this small step allows me to switch the ideas or switch the context from my work to this hobby, and vice versa. When I'm switching from hobby to work, I feel refreshed, and it's this hobby helping me to get more power, to get more energy, and even sometimes utilize the technologies from this or skills I master on this hobby in my day-to-day work. So thank you so much for attention. Sorry for my typos, mistakes. I'm still not editing footage, but I really hope that I will be doing this after the end of 15 days challenge, and it was 5 days out of 15 days in the Fighting with Procrastination series. This video is bigger than few first videos, I mean in the length. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, and in future episodes you will see more interesting insights, and I'm about to create the series based on my notes with 300 of typical mistakes of technical leads and developers, and I really hope that that series will help you to understand how to prevent you from pain, burnout, anxiety, and non-billable overtimes on your work. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.